Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy. Today we're going to be checking out the Dream Home trait, which some of you were probably tempted to get, mostly because it says you own a luxurious, customizable house on a peaceful planet. I mean, of course there is the downside that, it comes with a $125,000 credit mortgage that you're going to have to pay off. Now, if you do get the trait, you're not going to have access to the house until after you complete the one small step mission, which not a big deal. That's basically the first real mission you have in the game. After that, Sarah should become your companion, and at that time, the mission to go check out your house should become active. I do suggest going and talking to the person at Gal Bank, because once you select that as your mission, it will highlight for you to go to your house and to go see that person. But let's go check out the house. And I'm gonna be honest, my first thought was, holy crap, this is way better than what you could get in real life for $125,000. Overall, pretty darn nice. I will say one of my first other thoughts was, it's a pity this wasn't like a beachfront property. Because, I don't know, I think that would have looked way cooler. But on the inside, it's a blank slate. You've got a nice clean canvas for the most part to work with. Really modern looking home. But then again, you can customize it however you want. So, I feel like there's so many different ways that people could go about building in here and turning it into their own thing. They might just take over it and not even have it look like a house by the time they're done. Now on the counter here we have a couple little tablets with information about your loan. Nothing too spectacular. And then, of course, if for some reason you want to foreclose on the home, if you talk to the guy at Gal Bank that I mentioned way earlier, you can go talk to him and you can foreclose on the house. I personally haven't done that yet, mostly because I'm just now getting into this. And for whatever reason, my top priority was, let's go check out that house. I really need to know, is that going to be worth it? And the only way to find out was to, take the plunge and go grab the house. Now, one of my thoughts was, I wonder if I can open up these blinds, and no. The answer to that was no, which was kind of disappointing because the windows kind of hideous. And it does look like they tried to give you a few spots here and there to maybe indicate that, hey, you should hang something on the wall right here. Bathroom's pretty darn fancy. It's interesting seeing how the doors open and close in some spots. It seems a little weird. Also, fairly important, your companion can open and close doors. So if for some reason you're running around in there and your companion's following you and you're trying to close doors behind you and a companion, ends up in that room, they are going to open that door. It's kind of annoying. But to be fair, it's kind of how things worked in previous Bethesda titles, with your companions just loving to open doors. Like right here, we're going to shut her in there, we'll go to the next room. And she's going to open that door. Very rude, because she will not close it behind her. Nice little, maybe master bedroom type area right here. Lots of shelving. But yeah, there you go. See, opening doors. Now we head out here, we'll actually get to go out onto the balcony area. And out here, pretty darn nice. I did notice off in the distance what looked to be like a construction crane maybe. Way off, you can just barely see it for a moment. So, I, I don't know if, like, that's close enough that I can make it over there or not, but I kind of want to go see what's going on there. Also, I kind of dig that table. All right, I don't know what it is. That table looked cool. And I noticed off to the left of where my ship's at, there was another structure down there. And when I went down there to check it out, I actually have pirates as my neighbors. So the whole thing of you get a luxurious customizable house on a peaceful planet seems kind of weird when my neighbors are pirates. Which, whatever, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna shoot them. Anyways, and past me shooting pirates, of course the thing on the wall back in the background right there, if you want to build in the house, you go interact with that, and you have a bunch of different decorative items to work with. I'm just going to sit here and as quickly as possible get through all of these just so you can have a general idea of what you have to work with inside of the house. Because for all I know, that may be a make or break point for you on this trait. I do feel like you get quite a bit of options in here. Some of them seem like they would be kind of weird for inside the house if you were going for a traditional house type of build. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of these are also going to be used when decorating and building in an outpost. Of course, you could totally go all out and build this thing like it is not a normal house, like you've taken it over for other purposes. Now, I guess the real question here is this trait worth picking up? I'll let you know. The reason I got it was, one, so I could check out what it was like and see if it was worth building in. And two, it's going to sound weird, but I felt like handicapping my character. Because by late game, in pretty much every Bethesda game, my character is rich. So, by putting my character in debt from the very beginning, it should slow my pace down a little bit, make it slightly harder to get to certain things. Which, I guess, in hindsight, is kind of a weird thought. But hey, it works for me. Also, that sink did not work very well on the wall. Bethesda and whatnot. So, is this going to be worth it to you? It's really going to depend, because I feel like there's far more useful traits to pick from, but this house is pretty freaking cool. So, I'm going to leave that for you to decide if you want to get the house or not. If nothing else, you're going to get a map marker with your name on it. But that's about going to wrap this one up. But I've got a ton more Starfield content coming your way, and if there's anything Starfield related that you would like to see, by all means, hop down in the comments, let me know. But again, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.